So one of our guest speakers, Lou Engle from America, when he was coming to battle for Britain, he asked one of his intercessors, said, I'm going to Manchester. I want you to pray and ask the Lord to give you a dream for Manchester. And this guy has some really incredible prophetic dreams. Anyway, God gave him a dream. And the dream, Manchester United, the football club, was playing another team. And the team was called, it's actually a country, but in the dream, it was United Arab Emirates. So that was the football game in the dream. And in the dream, the score line reached 11-11. Now, if you really watch football, you know that is not common. That doesn't happen in football that often. So in the dream, the scoreline reached 11-11, and whoever scores next would win the game. Manchester United wanted to win, but to win, they needed to buy a player. And the player they needed to buy, his name was Johnson. But they couldn't pay the price to buy Johnson. And because they couldn't pay the price to buy Johnson, United Arab Emirates scores. And the scoreline in the dream ends 12-11. 12 to United Arab Emirates, 11 to Manchester United, and the dream ends. Do you think that's an interesting dream? So here's the interpretation. Manchester United represents the United Church, and it's in a battle against another united front, the United Arab Emirates. That doesn't represent the country as it represents the spirit of Islam. We spoke a little bit about that in the previous session, and there's this battle going on in the spirit, and it's reached this tie point of 11-11, and the church needs to win, but the church is not able to pay the price to buy the player that would help them win. And the name of the player the church needs to buy, his name is Johnson. Do you know what that means? It's a play on words. John's sons. Johnson, the sons of John the Baptist, i.e. the spirit of Elijah. So the church needs to pay the price to take on the spirit of Elijah, and that is what will shift the scales in the spirit. Now, the dream ends in a negative way because the church couldn't do that, and the scoreline ends 12-11. So that was the dream that Lou Engle came and shared at the conference. Our conference finished on the 23rd of August last year. Guess what happened 4 days after the conference? Everyone say 4 days. 4 days after the conference, Manchester United in real life plays a game. And guess who they play? It wasn't the United Arab Emirates. It was another team that was not even in the Premier League. So it was a low-ranking team, which in and of itself gives us a message about how God sees the spirit we're up against. We're seated in heavenly places, far above. So this team they play, the name of the team is Grimsby. Anyone heard of Grimsby before? No. No one has heard of the Grimsby team. Grimsby that no one has heard of, that's a low-ranking team, plays matches in real life. Guess what? The score line reaches 11. And guess what happens? Grimsby scores. And the score line reaches. And the game ends. Now, do you think that is a sign? At that moment, we knew that was not just a dream. 4 days later, we knew that God was saying, take this dream serious because it's real. And then we were very discouraged because the dream ends negative and the church lost. So the Lord gave Matt Wilson on here, our leadership team, he gave him a dream. And in the dream, it was the same game again, and God was saying, I'm giving you another opportunity. It's a rematch. And because in the dream, the scoreline was 11-11, we're calling the fast the 11-11 fast. In other words, it's a rematch. Now, check this out. In the dream and in real life, when the game ended, it was 12-11. Okay? That's not how we want it to end. If we score, if we pay the price, and if Manchester United won, and if we pay the price and win, the score line will end 11. Say that again, 11. Now check out what Matthew 11:12 says. The kingdom of heaven suffers violence. And the violent take it by force. So we're going to this 11-11 fast to take this thing by force, to change the score line to 11-12. But we are on the 11-11. Even the 11-11, Matthew 11:11 speaks about John the Baptist as well. So we feel this is a prophetic sign to rally the church to fast and pray. Some people have said, how are you going to fast? Well, we're calling people to at least just I mean, there are different ways people can fast. Fast in the way that you have faith for, but the basic, and I think this would be a stretch for many, is to do what we call like just a daily fast of eating in the evening, break your fast in the evening, just over the 40-day period. That's what a lot of us are doing, eating once a day, but we bring a lot of prayer in the daytime and break our fast in the evening.